The World Economic Forum now officially underway, and as you heard their speeches from Klaus Schwab, the chairperson of the World Economic Forum, and indeed the host, Alain Berset, who of course is the president of Switzerland. Let's get to some analysis now on those opening remarks. We're joined from Johannesburg by economist Ian Cruikshanks. Ian, thank you so much for joining us. It seems quite overtly that both of those opening addresses touched on the word inclusivity. What does that tell you about the theme and about the intention of this year's World Economic Forum?
Well, of course, their theme is creating a shared future in a fractured world. At least there's a recognition that it is a fractured world, that something has to be done, that they want to be something about it, and they want to be in a leadership role to some extent. And can they adopt a leadership role? Certainly. Just look at the BRICS group, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I think from a technology and manufacturing point of view, they are moving towards a leadership role. And this will be certainly the benefit of their country and of other lesser developed countries. So I'd say that that's a highly positive start. If we say, what does it mean to South Africa? I think we have to look at what they are offering. And I think Mr. Modi was talking about this. They're strong in manufacturing. They're strong in their population is a very numerate population. They've got a strong entrepreneurial society, and he quite clearly is wanting to concentrate on their strengths, which is very different to pull them ahead by what they're winning at rather than try to recover from where they're losing. And I think that this is good for the global economy, certainly for lesser developed economies, and hopefully South Africa may come along, but only at the aft end of that. I can't see us getting into a leadership role there. But quite frankly, also he mentioned economic stability, social stability. Well, social stability does lead towards economic policy, to economic stability. And this to me seems a very practical grasp of the needs that there are of developing together with developed markets and lesser developed economies, and how we can work together to a shared future to do something about this fractured world.
Indeed it is. It is quite ambitious, isn't it, though? This idea that we can work together as a shared, to create this prosperous world together, despite the very deep divides that exist geopolitically when we look at some of those big differences. The critics of the World Economic Forum would say that this is not the forum, this is not the platform necessarily to create the type of change we really need. What's your view on that?
Well, my view is that wherever we have a gathering of like-minded people with similar aims, they should concentrate on that jointly and not go off on different tangents. So I think that it is important, it is imperative in fact, to take a joint view. And after all, if the business sector can adopt a leadership role, then surely that can take private-public partnerships along with them. And I think that's something there again that South Africa has to learn. I think Mr. Modi is emphasizing that the private sector is viewed as their partner. In South Africa, it seems very often government view the private sector as the enemy. So I think that there are some definite rules that are being established here that are for the benefit of development of many of the lesser developed countries, and hopefully we could learn a lesson from that as well. But India are taking a leadership role, and I think that that is to be admired.
All right, thank you so much, Ian Cruikshanks, there for that analysis, of course, of that opening address that we've just seen just a few moments ago there in Davos.